Hello, everybody. It is day 26. I think yesterday I might have said day 24 again. You guys, I cannot seem to get these straight. When I went to check on what day it is today by looking at my episode list, I was like, I put day 24 twice as like the names of the episodes. So I don't know if I said it yesterday or if I just typed it wrong or Ah. Anyway, this is the problem with naming your episodes based on days, but I also didn't want to challenge myself to come up with an inventive, creative name every day. So, um, day 26 of 365 days of suspending disbelief. It is May 18th, Jupiter Sun Kazemi thing day. For those of you who don't know what that is, don't worry about it. But super powerful, super um, extra juice for your manifestations, kind of a energetics day astrologically. That sentence made no sense. We're gonna move on. Okay. So today was very interesting. It was kind of an all over the place day. Normally, if I heard that some big astrological event meant that it was the best day for manifesting for the year, I would try to spend all day on manifesting, pulling cards, meditating, all of these types of activities that um, to me would be like superpowering my manifestations, right? Um, and not that I didn't do that. Um, I just did a lot else too, right? Like I did those things, but I didn't make it the sole focus of my day. And the couple of times that it popped into my head to be like, I'm not spending much time on that stuff today. I really was able to just see that I didn't need to. Like I can set intentions or decide what seeds I'm planting or pick my manifestations. I can do that stuff in such a short window of time. Like the time is actually not an issue. Spending a certain amount of time on it is not required. Um, Taking a minute to get really clear or an hour or whatever to get really clear um, so that energetically my intentions are clear is all that it takes. And I know this so deeply now that it was every time that thought popped up, it was like, no, we're fine. Like, I'm good. I did write out some of the things I wanted to manifest. I did spend time pulling my daily cards, nothing crazy, special. I accidentally stumbled across, for those of you who know them, Kate and Steph. They do a live tandem reading for a lot of the astrological events. They are incredible energy readers. I love attending their events. And I literally went to look for one thing and saw that they were live and was like, oh, guess I'm doing that. And that was like the very beginning of my day. I hadn't even had coffee yet. I normally would not be hopping into other people's energy at that point in my day, but I was glad that I didn't miss it. And then I was able to reset myself afterwards to start my day kind of fresh again. Um, and yeah, so I guess really suspending disbelief that I need to be like all day focused in order to maximize the power of this astrological event, right? I am completely suspending disbelief that that is required. I do not believe that that is required anymore. Um, Suspending disbelief I've found is a little bit of like it's a harder phrase to um put things into the right context. I end up with a lot of double negatives and stuff like that. But um, trying to roll with it, and hopefully everybody understands my meaning. Um, so yeah, so suspending disbelief that I don't need to spend all day on this. Going with the flow, as I talked about in yesterday's episode, trying to be more in that flow, not worry so much about the planning. I suspended disbelief a few days ago that I would be able to find a lawnmower and a weed whacker at a price that I could afford so that I can maintain my lawn this season. Because in the place that I'm at, this is the first season that I will need it. And it, so the place that I'm renting, it's my responsibility to maintain the lawn because I have like the full house and yard and whatever, all of that. So, I needed to get myself something, but, wasn't willing to spend crazy amounts of money on that. Um, and I was able to manifest, call in, suspend disbelief about. Okay, I don't know what all was missed. There was a good chunk where there was no sound, or there was just like fumbly fiddling with something sounds. I know the one thing for sure that got cut out was that I was able to manifest or suspend disbelief to call in a lawnmower for $40 and a weed whacker for $20, or the lawnmower was $45. Anyway, I did a bunch of errands today, running around, got these things, and it was it was a need that I had. I suspended disbelief that I'd be able to find one that was in my ability to purchase at this time. And I kind of, my day flexed and flowed all day. I don't know what else was said, and I'm going to plop this in the empty space, and then it will pick back up where the sound picked back up. Yeah. Okay, I just saw a notification that my recording had stopped, but that it would start another one automatically. I'm hoping that it like stopped and picked right back up where it left off and didn't cut much out. I think I was playing with my headphone case, the like Bluetooth case, without realizing, and I may have like had my headphones connect. So it was talking about microphone. Okay, that threw me off, and there is a possible disruption in the recording anyway. Hopefully not too much was missed, but yeah, okay. This is why late at night doesn't work and why I shouldn't stay up late at night. And this is a consistent problem on Saturdays. I may switch it so that I do Saturday morning and Sunday morning, maybe would be best. I always think that I should just keep my weekend night the same, bedtime and all of that. But with kids, it's hard because not with the younger kids, but with my teenager, it's hard because she wants to be up later, and you know the stereotypical late Friday and Saturday night. Anyway, trying to get my brain back on track. I finished catching up on Kelly's blog posts, on Jess's telegrams, and I'm really loving, again, having that space to kind of reconnect when I feel like I'm disconnecting from this whole concept. Because of course, right, energetically, mentally, emotionally, whatever, of course we're going to disconnect over the space of 365 days. Like, that's a long a long stretch of time, and we're human. So um, the moments that I have that feel off or that I feel disconnected from this, I'm able to then go and be like, you know what, I'm going to read one of their posts or listen to one of their voice messages, and it just brings me back into it. So hopefully this podcast is doing the same thing for other people. Um, and I am I'm blown away that it's been 26 days. Like every time I'm at a new day, I'm just like, wow, I can't believe it's been this long. And yet at the same time, it's like, how has it only been that long? Because there's been so much that has changed energetically, and starting to be in the physical world as well. Um, a lot of mindset shift, a lot of um, momentum building, a lot of like unshakable confidence and that certainty, right? That my success is inevitable. And yeah, I have to say I don't think I've ever been this consistently certain and decided for this length of time um about one thing. Like I will get really certain and really decided about something and then move with it and flow with it. And usually there are kind of, some shifts, some changes, and then I need to sort of reset and come up with new clarity and, all of that. And this time is just like, it's different. It is just this knowing of, um, it's all working out, and the alignment pieces don't make me feel like the challenges that come up don't make me feel like I have to reset, like I have to start over. And that has been significant, like a very, pardon me, a very significant thing that I've noticed throughout this challenge so far. Um, the awareness of spending a little bit of time each day reflecting and bringing it back into focus and putting everything that happened in my day through the lens of suspending disbelief. Um, that has helped the little alignments and challenges to integrate more seamlessly without me having to stop and reset and re-clarify. And I know that not everybody needs to do that. And I didn't necessarily need to do that. I think that as someone with ADHD, I tend to um, feel those small changes, those little pivots that come up as really big things. And it's like I need to double check that they fit perfectly with every other piece of the puzzle so that I make sure that everything is still in alignment and then I can move forward again. And this is probably not very noticeable on the outside because I do things very, very quickly. But to me, I notice the the big pauses is how they feel to me. Like they feel like just, I'll be building momentum and then it's like I slam into a wall and just stop for a minute. And then I start building momentum again, but I'm starting from zero every time. And um or I have been. And this specific way of suspending disbelief, of choosing to believe and to trust that my success is inevitable, that I am always exactly where I need to be, that I can see my manifestations coming. Um, this awareness, this daily reflection has just really helped me to integrate those pieces more seamlessly and not have it feel like I'm hitting a wall every time and not feel like I'm coming to a complete halt every time. So I am building up this incredible momentum. And that's not to say that I haven't built up incredible momentum in the past. I have.
but it has been a lot harder, a lot more difficult, a lot more force on my part, or a lot more effort, efforting, as Abraham Hicks would say, uh, like just pushing. And I am very strong and I am very powerful, and so I can push really far and really hard and for a really long time and get far with it, farther than even some people, who aren't coming at it with these extra layers of difficulty, um, where their mind makes them think that they have to reset completely every time there's a small shift, right? But this last 26 days, despite there being like major, major upheaval, this has not felt like that once. I have not felt this wall of stopping energy, of needing to reset energy, of forgetting about what clarity I did have and having to kind of reset it in my mind. I have just kept going forward and not pushing. It's just I'm flowing forward, and it's such a big difference. It's so beautiful, it's so powerful. And I think, and maybe it's in my head, I think that it's hard to discern on the outside. I think that um in the 3D world, it probably doesn't look much different yet, to outsiders, to people who, um, just to people who aren't me. I think even people listening to this podcast, um, or even Jess and Kelly in our chat, like I don't think that it is as outwardly discernible as it is inwardly yet. Um, but I am so aware of the change, of the level of momentum and change that has already happened. Um, it's almost scary to think of how much change will occur in 365 days. And I know that I've sort of mentioned this idea in a previous episode, but it just, it probably will be something that I mention again and again because it is mind blowing every time that I stop and think about it and just go like, wow, it has only been this many days and I feel like a completely different person on the inside. Um, and and I know that that is starting to show up in my outer world as well. Um, I think still it's at the point where I'm mostly the only one noticing it. But I have full faith that others will start to notice it eventually, that it will become super obvious, that it will get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Um, to the point where people can't not notice. There we go again with the double negative. So, anyways, I have no idea how long I've been talking now because the recording time changed. Um, but hopefully, this episode was not too scattered and all over the place. Like I said, I'm tired, it's late, but also it did some weird tech stuff on me. It is 1:23 a.m. right now, my time. So I'm going to wrap this up and talk to you all tomorrow. Love you.